Hello, everyone. It's me, Lux. Welcome again. We're here joined today with Rebecca Danae. You know her. Uh, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Rebecca Danae. I've been in many Crunchyroll anime. I've also been in some fun video games. I'm mostly known for currently, you and I are polar opposites as Nishi, the Apothecary Diaries as Mei Mei. I'm in Frieren Beyond Journey's End as Lavina, and also in True Beauty as the lead Jugyung Im. So I'm very excited to be here.
Those are so many good roles. I'm so excited to have you here, and so very proud of you to get all those roles too. Especially, um, yeah. Thank you so much
Yes.
for spending your time again.
Yes, of course. I'm very excited to be here. I can't wait to just talk about all the fun shows that I had the honor to be a part of and, just have fun.
Thank you. The first thing I like to do to sort of break the ice and get to know you a little more is what are some of the things you've been into lately? So this could be like movies, games, even activities.
I've been watching, a lot of, like, fun shows with my partner. I live under a rock, so, I don't really watch many things, but he watches a lot of, like, random shows on TV, like Community. I've started watching Community. We watched all seasons of Bones, and those are old
Wow.
shows, but I finally was like, "Ah, I'm finally watching stuff." And I play and I personally also like to just play, otome visual novel games, so I like the romance aspects of many fun games.
which ones have you been playing?
I play I play, it's kind of from older it's called Obey Me. It was, like, an
Ooh.
older mobile game, and it's about demon men, and then the story, not always the best, like, written, but I am obsessed. So even though I love trashy stuff, so I'm like, it's fun for me. And then I
I
also play, Ume Musume, which is that game, the
yeah.
horse girl game, so I play a lot of that.
I will say, I heard of that movie coming out recently, and I was just like, please have it up, please have it up, and I was just like, oh
They
no.
I mean, none of it has a dub yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I love
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I hope they do, and, sounds amazing. Thanks so much. A lot of the otomes, they definitely even if the writing isn't best, a lot of times the art is really gorgeous, and that draws us in, like, a lot.
Yes, and plus I think it's fun. I really just enjoy, like, seeing the options and the routes and where it can take you, and
Mhm.
some of it's very well written and then, like, helps you put in perspective certain aspects of characters. Uh, so I personally really enjoy them, but I understand there's slow burns usually, and not it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I like sitting there and just reading and learning about characters and archetypes. So I mean, it's kind of like part of work, but also I just enjoy it.
Yeah. Speaking of slow burns and, learning about, the aspects of characters, what do you feel like with Nishi resonated most about you, like, either during recording or, like, even before for the audition?
For the auditions, um, it can be interesting because sometimes we get certain auditions for certain shows, and other times we don't. Um, for Polar Opposites, I know that I was cast because I've worked with this director before on True Beauty, and it was a lot of fun. And I think she saw that I could do Nishi very well because, like, when we bonded over True Beauty, I'm very like it worked really well because I'm very shy. I'm very maybe it doesn't seem like it, but during, when I'm meeting people for the first time, I do feel pretty nervous, but years ago, I was a lot worse, so I've definitely gotten better over time, but I think the director has cast me as this character because she very much saw how I was as a person, uh, and was like, "Oh, I think you'll do great as this character."
That's really awesome.
Yeah, and I adore I adore Nishi a lot. I never read the manga, but I knew this anime was coming out, but and other people who have read the manga have told me that it's really good, so I did read it a bit, when I got cast, and I was like, "Oh, this is a really cute show," and it's, like, full of communication that I think a lot of other romance animes kind of lack in. So I really enjoy it, and her character, again, very shy, very cute, and I feel like I really relate to that because she's in her head a lot, but I'm also kind of can be in my head quite a bit too.
Yeah, definitely. I love the way it's portrayed. It feels so like you said, like the communication and things are portrayed a lot more realistically. And I like that there a lot of the times miscommunications that happen in a lot of other animes aren't played off like or what's it called? Dragged on and they actually make
Yeah.
that effort to make sure their intentions are known.
Mhm, and I know, like, there's a recent episode that is out, currently. Yamada was, in the photography room with Nishi and asking Nishi about, the pictures, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm sorry that I maybe am overwhelming you with my texting, or maybe you don't wanna text me." And Nishi could have been like, "Oh, just brush it off," and be like, "Oh, it's okay," but she had concerns, and she, even as shy as she is, she brought up her concerns and communicated them. And it wasn't like, oh, she's pushing her feelings down, she's trying to have open communication even though it makes her scared and anxious. So I'm just like, I think it's really cool that with the couples so far with Suzuki and Tani and Yamada and Nishi, it's like we seeing some really good different types of healthy communication with the couples.
Yeah, and another thing I really admire is not just the couples. They really explore all relationships with the people around them, which I found was really impressive too.
Mhm, even the friendships, 'cause, Taida, who feels very self-conscious about himself, is starting to build, like, genuine relationships and friendships and starting to open up slowly in his own way to everyone as well, so it's like it's cute to see that he's also self-reflecting. All the characters are very good in that show.
I feel lucky seeing it now, and I'm just like, I wish I could have grown up with this instead
Bro,
of a lot of the other romances.
I said when I okay, when I was, being directed for, like, the first couple sessions with Nishi, I said that to Emily, the director. I was like, "Look, I grew up with the romance that was, like, trashy and terrible communication and kind of abusive. Like, some of the guys were kind of abusive to the female characters, and it's like, wow, I also wish I had this kind of romance growing up because, man, that would have been so good to learn how to healthily communicate with people around my age at the time, which when I was watching anime."
Yeah, there's this one I watched growing up called Blue Spring Ride, and the dude, his childhood friend is literally, she's like, "Oh, I recognize you," and he's like gaslights her. He's like, "Oh no, that's not me. I'm not the same person."
Yeah, some of them were like, "Wow, that ooh, were not great and questionable," but, it's got anime and romance anime, I think there's some that have really improved and upped the quality of what it could bring, and I think
Hmm.
this show is one of them. I really also enjoyed Horimiya because I think that
Yeah,
also had some really nice communication, and the couple got together pretty early, and the friends were funny. So, I really there's not many romance animes that I think are, like, great except, Horimiya. I think this one's a great, and I also really liked, just for the comedy aspect, I like Gekken Shoujo no Zaki-kun.
yeah.
So that one was a very, like, just for the comedy, I don't think the communication was always great, but that one was just funny. So
I didn't expect to have that mentioned. I swear, I was just like, sometimes I feel like I'm the only one that knows that exists.
I
So,
love that show, and I want it to get a season 2 so bad,
yes.
so bad, but it's been years, so you kind of doubt that it will.
No. Oh, I do like also that you're fans of the works and not just the works you're in, but like a lot of for your peers, and I appreciate that about you too.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I definitely have not had as much time as I've grown older and, oh, wow, or adulthood. Um, I have not had as much time to go watch anime as I used to. I used to watch a lot of anime when I was, like, in high school, middle school, and college. I had more time, but as I got older and even doing the work, I kind of stopped watching it as much, which I'm like, I appreciate it more, but now I'm sometimes watching and it's kinda hard to watch when you're, like, in the work. And then you're, like, always watching the technicality parts of it because now when I watch shows, I'm watching the lip flaps too much. So,
Yeah, that oh,
but I'm
sorry.
still a fan. I still am a fan, and I love watching it because then I learn some new acting that other people do, and it's really fun.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. When you're in the sessions, I imagine like, do you do like a lot of takes for each scene, and so you see it over and over?
Um, so I mean, it depends who your director is. Um, some directors are a bit more lenient, but I know at least for Polar Opposites, Emily puts in so much care and work on each episode and every character. And she also we have the script and the writer does a great job at adapting, but sometimes she, as a director, changes some of the writing aspects too. But we usually do multiple takes because it's really hard because we're cold reading. We get into a session and we don't know what the script is. And Polar Opposites is unique because we don't actually get to see the episode beforehand. Because
Oh.
Polar Opposites is a day by day, which is means when we go in, that's when the first time we're gonna see that episode. Because usually anime, the English dub is 2 weeks behind, and it's like you could just go look at Crunchyroll and you could see some dubs that are being currently dubbed, and some of the Japanese is ahead of the English dub by, like, 2 weeks,
Mhm.
and then you can, like and then we record around that time 2 weeks before, but the day by dates usually are for people who have more experience in it, or, like, maybe if you don't have experience, you're, like, doing some Walla or bits for it, but that's usually for people who have a bit more experience in the dubbing and can do the cold reads pretty well and not know what to expect.
Oh, that's really interesting. I don't think I've actually heard it in depth like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big secret because you can kind of just go look at the website and, like,
Yeah,
kinda
that's
pick that up,
true.
but maybe it's not explained too much um, but it's like, yeah, we sometimes we go in and we don't know what we're gonna do.
Oh, yeah, and the cold reads, that means, like, you see it for the first time kinda thing.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. I mean, you can read the manga, but luckily, like, that has a manga. Some stuff that we get doesn't even have any source material.
whoa.
So it's sometimes you're going really blind, and you can't and you're limited on research because as actors, I personally like to do a lot of research.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool.
Mhm.
For Nishi in the show, you're made to think that maybe she doesn't like who you think she likes at the first, and then you see that she's actually going for the opposite. And do you think that opposites attract?
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel myself attracted to people in general who are more outgoing because I am, like I said, very quiet usually. I'm pretty shy. Um, but I mean, even as a shy person, I'm pretty assertive if I want something. So, I know that I have more friends, like, of varying degrees of social, like, conversationalists. I my partner is very extroverted, like, he loves to talk, he loves to be the center of attention,
Mhm.
and but it's very endearing, you know, because
Yeah.
if it gets serious, of course, he will put his time and energy into caring and helping someone, and I just like to hang around people who are just more talkative because it helps me feel more comfortable also opening up as someone who's very quiet, and I
Yeah.
think, people who are introverted help extroverts, like, find some kind of calmness, and maybe, like, extroverts are very loud, and it helps them cool down if they're, like, overthinking or too out there to help them be like, "Hey, it's a time and a place, we gotta chill," you know?
Yeah. That said, you are pretty versatile with all your roles that you had, and even like the vocal range, the personalities, which is really impressive. Do you think if you switch places with one of your roles, which one do you think you'd last the longest with no one suspecting?
I mean, because all hey, my shows are very slice of life. So, like, that's kind of like an easy answer because many of them are slice of lives, and god, do I not wanna be in, like, any like Apothecary Diaries is great, but do I wanna live in that world? Oh, no. No. They're dealing with so much crap, so I would easily pick, like, a slice of life world where I probably would do well in Nishi's world, I do well in, like, Rin from A Sign of Affection. I'd probably do those 2, because they seem to have like, their worlds seem very friendly and happy, and some of the other ones, I'm like, "Ooh, no, I'm good, I'm good."
A little bit dangerous, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, cause like, think about it, Freeman, that like, magic's so cool, but, like, hey, man, that death can happen in that one because of the magic, and, for True Beauty, admittedly, like, she's in Korea, but because, the bullying in Korea and Asian countries can be very intense, so
Mhm.
that I would prefer not that. And Shunji family children, like, if I was changing place with Oka specifically, no, just no. No, not specifically, no, not
No.
her. No, she's in love with her brother, and I'm like, and there's like, mm, that's
Yeah.
like, I enjoyed the show because it was goofy for what it was, but I'm just like, "Ah, no, I wouldn't wanna live in that kind of place. I'm good."
Yeah, mayhaps not that one.
Yeah, no, mayhaps not that. Because if I'm, technically exchanging places with the exact character, I'm like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, Ren and Nishi, they got it good. They're having a good time, just doing their thing, and the others, man, rough."
So we talked about your range briefly, but we feel like, were there any other forms or mediums you were interested in exploring? So that could be like on stage, like live performances, or just like any other type of performance art.
I mean, at some point, I eventually want to try film. I did a little bit, and it was kind of exhausting when I wasn't paid for it, but maybe if, like, it's like a small little film thing I could that's not gonna take well, film takes a lot of time, so I don't know if I can say it won't take too much time, but something that's, like, easy and maybe I'm, paid a little bit for,
Mhm.
uh that could be fun. I'm interested in film, but I'm also like, that doesn't look enjoyable all the time. But I think it's kinda cool. But, stage and theater, I've never done before. I've done improv. I've done a little bit of improv classes when I first got here, so I could learn some more acting, but I didn't enjoy improv. But I think stage could be cool because then you actually, have, like, a script and you could do your best learning how to act. 'Cause I think it's very important for us to have new types of acting, whether it be, like, film, theater, improv, like, there's so much media and different types of acting we can be doing, but it can be very, like, hard, not for everyone. And I'm
Ye
very awkward and shy, so the stage would kinda scare me a little, but I'm willing to try it, but maybe not, like, professionally.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
So with like all these characters arcs we were talking about, whether it's one you voiced or not, what character art do you think their whole journey like interests you or resonates with you a lot?
Mm, it's such a but, like, it's really interesting what we do in our field, because I definitely have characters that I'm like, "Oh, I really related to this character." Um, but at least for myself, I put a lot of who I am into these characters, and I think having like, you're never gonna be exactly them, of course, and do you
Mhm.
wanna be? No, um, but you have to understand where they're coming from and empathize deeply to the point of, like, kind of just becoming them for the amount of time that you are them. And I really resonate with all my characters in different ways. And it's really important to me to present that and to empathize with them because that I think brings out the best performances for me. Uh like admittedly, even though Shunji, I was like giving it a little crap earlier. I really resonated with Oka's scene when she was adopted. Like that whole scene where she's in the mountain in Mount Fuji, she's praying to her mom who passed away, and because she feels like she's alone, and there's a rumor going around that if you go to Mount Fuji at the top of the mountain, then you could see a dead family member. So she wanted to go talk to her mom. But then when she found out she was adopted, it, like, kind of rocked her world, and she was processing it for a long time. And then she kinda opened up to her brother lover that, that she was, like, alone. She felt alone, abandoned, and I'm like, as someone who has been adopted, 'cause I really related to that kind of scene,
Oh,
because that's something that I don't think media actually portrays, that much. Because adopted people, like, it's pretty traumatizing, but no one really talks about it. So, but I think that kinda surprisingly for that show, kid kinda hit it pretty well. S I'm like, "That show," though.
yeah, now that you mention it, I can't really think of many that go through, like, other than just mentioning it offhandedly maybe once or
Yeah, they
twice,
just
they don't
mention it and
explore
they
it.
just forget about it. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, yeah, they're adopted," and then it's like but then they don't. Like, not many there's some out there, but there's not that much media that focuses on it or just gives it, like, time to breathe. Because it is kind of like, "Oh, yeah, your blast family your blood-related family left you behind." Like, and that's a lot to take in first and but no one really understands that unless they've been, like, abandoned like that.
Yeah.
So, I really resonated with that scene. But I understand that show was like, that show was the one to do it, I guess. But it did it surprisingly well, and I was like, "You know what? That was good. That was good to give you credit."
Just need to they just, to balance that out, they had to throw in a little brother lover.
Yeah, brother, and I'm just like, "Ah." But, I mean, it's a goofy show, and
Yeah.
something, something. But I resonate a lot with a lot of my characters, and, because I love romance comedy, I really just like romance comedies, and I resonate with that pretty easily. It's my bread and butter, so
Were there any, other genres you're, like, thinking of, you wanting to voice into?
ah. Ah, I would like to be in a shonen someday.
Ooh.
I'd like to be in a shonen because even though my bread and butter is very much romance comedies, because I've done a lot of romance comedy type work before getting into Crunchyroll, um, I'd like to do some grounded shonen work, but I have not been in it yet, which is, like, fine, you know? If it's the right time for me to be in it, then it'll happen. If it doesn't happen anytime soon, that's okay. I figure that maybe someday it'll happen. If not, I do a lot of work outside of Crunchy, and I enjoy that kind of work that gives me those types of characters.
Yeah. I think you do really amazing in one, and, there are a lot of, from what I've seen, coming up ones, and so, yeah, you do a really great job.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I hope to be cast in more, but I mean, who doesn't, right?
Mhm.
We all of us here want to be in really cool shows, and uh, I really enjoy a lot of the majority of shows I've been in. I've really enjoyed.
Mhm. I think okay, I'm not sure this really counts, but, the new Uma Musume movie, I kinda count as a shonen, so
Hey, I think of Uma Musume as a sports anime.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it is. Like, it's I could see the shonen, but I think of it still more as sports anime because of how intense it is, and it is racing, it's sports. Um, and I mean, at first, the first season, I think of it more as slice of life,
Yeah.
but as it progressed, I'm like, "Oh, this is a sports anime." So this is crazy.
Yeah,
The
there's
production,
rivals.
the screaming, the yelling, very,
Yeah.
very, sports anime-like. But I love it. I really if it gets an English dub, I do wanna be in it.
Please, Musume,
Yeah,
please.
I'm kinda like any of them. Please, any of them.
To pivot a little bit, if you were to recommend a place in Texas that you've heard of, that you think is a sort of little less known hidden gem, was there any you could probably shout out, like that could just be a place to check out or like a restaurant?
Ah. I I mean, I feel this place is definitely known. It's not like it's a big mystery because this area is very known. But Carrollton, um, in kind of the Dallas area, Carrollton, they have a bunch of Asian restaurants, and I like to eat at this place called Kuro Buta. And it's pretty good because I like soup, and it has a bunch
Ooh.
of, like, Korean soup and ramen and udon, and I'm just like, "That's good stuff."
Oh, that sounds
And
delicious.
yes, and there's also Korean barbecue right next to it, and it's, like, also really good. So, I'm like both of those places are, like, my favorite. And then there's also a cafe nearby that I think is pretty good. It's called Tom and Tom's. And I enjoy that place too. It's really nice, very cute. There's 2 stories, and
Oh.
I've hung out with people there a couple times. I mean, I've traveled to a couple places, I think also in Texas and San Antonio. The boardwalk is really nice if people check that out.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been to the boardwalk. I think it's pretty nice. I went there last year with some friends, and it was, like, super cool, like, we had a great time just checking out the area, feeling fancy. We used it as a vacation because we were there for an event, so
That sounds really nice. Yeah, I've been there, I think once or twice, and it is always nice to just be walking around and like checking out the stuff there. And when you go in there and it's like really good weather, the breeze and the maybe I'm just like really missing it just because it was like so cold recently for me.
Oh, yeah, if you went Texas weather's man, it's something else. If you went recently, I can imagine it could have been cold on a day. Who knows? Texas weather, it was, like, thundering yesterday, at least where I am, so it was, like, crazy.
Yeah, sometimes the weather just doesn't like to make up its mind, and then we lose 1 hour of the day.
Oh, yeah, the daylight saving has been messing me up. It's been like I've been like, "Oh, yes," as I've been getting up later. "Huh, this happening."
So, I believe we're getting close to the wrap up here then. Is there anything you'd like to shout out about yourself or even just things you're looking forward to in the near future?
I'm looking forward to good work, good shows, more fun stuff. I don't know. I'm looking forward to just whatever life brings. Hopefully, good things for everyone who's like working hard. We all deserve something wonderful if we all work hard for it. um, I don't know. I just hope to get more work, but also to, enjoy my time here. I just moved into my partner's place, so I'm kinda still getting adjusted to that, so so good things all around. I hope everyone at Crunchyroll also for the new season, woo!
Yay!
'Cause there's a lot of good anime coming out soon, so I'm excited.
Stuff for us to look into maybe that you can't talk about.
Well, I'm just saying anime in general right now that look pretty cool. I mean, Witch Hat everyone knows about.
Yeah, Switch
I
Hat.
have I have no idea, like, cause sometimes, we get stuff and sometimes Bang Zoom in California gets, shows, and
Oh.
so it's kinda like the dubbing thing, um, 'cause if we get shows and stuff comes like, we have actors here that do it, and then if it goes to Bang Zoom, they have actors there that do it. So I don't know who's getting auditions for which hat, but or if they even will come out, because sometimes, again, we don't get auditions all the time for things. So, I would say good luck to whoever. Good I hope Witch Hat gets a dub. I also hope that, um, other good shows, because I mean, that
Yeah.
one's a good one.
Yeah, definitely. That one, Uma Musume, all the really good ones, please. Please
Oh,
bring us those.
yes, I mean, if I wanna look forward to Uma Musume dub, and I also hope, it's here. 'Cause I mean, if it's in California, then that's cool too. I just would be excited if it got a dub, and then maybe to someday be in it.
Yes, please. Oh, that reminds me,
Mhm.
do you always work, in person, or are there some that you do, remotely?
Most of my work is remote, but at least for Crunchyroll, you go into studio.
Okay, okay, yeah.
If you were to, like, if sometimes, Crunchyroll, some of the actors live in Los Angeles, so then the actors don't travel, they connect through, like, Source Connect, and they use their own booth for, recording sessions for Crunchy.
Okay, yeah, and, I think earlier before we started proper, you were talking about how you have your own sound booth.
Yes, yes, I set up my own, I'm in a closet. Um, this was, like, my partner's roommate's closet, but he moved out to go live with his partner. So, I'm now invaded his room with all my stuff, and now I'm in his closet, which is actually quite roomy, so it's actually pretty nice. But it is kinda like, "Oh, my clothes." But it's cool, to have your own booth built. My last place, I had a PVC pipe booth, which was, like, pretty pretty nice made, like, and it also did good, but I lived right by an airport, so it was also very loud.
Oh.
But now I don't live in that area, and there's no airplanes flying over, so it's pretty nice, pretty nice.
That does sound pretty nice, just like the time we spent with you today. Thank you so much
Oh,
for
yes!
agreeing to this and spending time with us. Where can people find you? And yeah.
I'm on mostly Twitter or Instagram. That's where I mostly just post stuff. I'm not super active all the time, but yeah, just follow me at RebeccaDanaeVO and or like at RebeccaDanaeVO, this, yeah. I also my website, RebeccaDanaeVO.com. You can find other socials there. I don't post too often. I'm there sometimes, but I'm posting about events that I'm going to usually, or new characters that I voice, or I just post like casual pictures when I'm out with friends. So it's just fun little things like that.
Awesome. Thanks so much, everyone. Check her out, and please look forward to the things coming in the future. And everyone, have a good day.
Yeah, have a good day.
Bye. Thank you.